I'm gonna show you how to do the easiest creamy recipe that I've found, at least, and it makes consistent good ice cream. So you can get usually one of these. I have obviously a Ninja blender with the food processing attachment, and you can get 6 servings that are about 150 grams each with this recipe. So let me turn here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Might be a weird angle, but I'll have to make do. Okay, so obviously zero out your scale, and I might have to edit this, but we'll see. Throw in here, and I use the lactose-free fat-free milk from HEB. You can use Mootopia, but since I already add protein powder, I'm not really eating this ice cream to be getting my protein from. So to me, I'd rather save, what is it, $2 a half gallon, because Mootopia is fairly expensive. It's like 5 something. This is only $3.40, something like that. So it's about $2 of saving per half gallon, and the difference in protein is only 3 grams. So not a huge amount, especially, like I said, when you're already adding protein to this. This isn't really my it's not my go-to food for protein. It's just my go-to for my sweet cravings, and it just so happens to be low calorie, and it hits a little bit of extra protein, but it's not my reason for doing it. So 800 ml, or in this case grams, because you can't really measure, a little over 804. All right, so we're gonna do the math anyway. So that's 804, and now you gotta get your protein. So as far as protein goes, I don't really have a preference, other than the fact that it's got to be, for me, at least a Whey Isolate. I use the Impact Whey Isolate for my protein. This is really good flavor, and it's fairly clean and relatively good pricing when you catch it on sale. So that's what I choose to use, and I do a half and half. Well, maybe, yeah, I'd say 2/3. So I'll put in 2 servings of this, which is going to be 63. I think it's 63, 60, 62. 62 grams of this, and a little bit more, 69. And then I put in casein. Casein's gonna make it a little bit thicker, okay? So I use this rule 1. Yeah, so that's 69 grams. I'm gonna make up the rest with casein. So that is 19. I'll do 30 grams, or close to 30 grams at least. A little bit more. 31. I think the serving size is, yeah, 31 and a half technically. So I said 2/3, so 70. What is that? 35. So I'll do 35 to make the math even, or the ratio even, I should say. 33. There we go, 35. So that is 2 parts Whey Isolate, 1 part casein. All right, now the secret, not really a secret, is xanthan gum. Xanthan gum can be substituted for Jello. I've never used Jello, but a lot of people do. This is just a bulk purchase from Anthony's. And you want, if this scale doesn't get down to a tenth of a gram, but I usually go somewhere between 2 and 3 grams for this xanthan gum. And the reason why I'm doing it, there you go. So you saw how it bounced around between 2 and 3. That's how I know. So for this size, you don't need a bunch of xanthan gum in general, and this is plenty. What it does is it keeps from getting too icy and a good binder. But the reason why you want this in a food processor is because xanthan gum doesn't blend very easily. And as soon as it kind of touches a liquid, it'll kind of get gummy, right? That's the whole point of it. So that's why I added in last. You don't want to add it in on, oh man, I almost screwed up. Almost screwed up. So I usually put in about 1 to 2 grams of salt to bring out a little, probably close to 2 grams for this serving, to bring out some of that sweetness. There's 1. There we go. Probably 1.5. All right, throw some salt in there, maybe a little bit more actually. I don't mind if it's a little extra salty, especially on prep. But yeah, so anyway, you put the xanthan gum on top of the protein and not in the liquid first, so that when it blends, it's not gonna gum up real quick. And the setting on your blender is just puree. So put this sucker on there. And that's it. So cut real quick so you don't have to listen. Okay, so you make it base. You're gonna divide the amount of total mixture that you have to get however many grams per serving you want per container. I'm doing 6 containers. So yep, around 147 a piece, which is what I had predicted. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps, and I will see you next time. You thought you were done with me, didn't you? I just want to give a quick tip. Put some soapy water in your food processor, run it that way. Rinse everything off first, but to get it really clean, this is what I do. And you will just pulse it, and it's gonna clean it out, dry it, and you're done. Makes it clean up really easy.